It's your platform partner, your hustling homie, Jackson, all about making things happen, addicted to action, and it's time to communicate. Let's do it. Flip it. This video, I want to share with you why you should stop giving out so much information when you're speaking, whether it be on stage or when you're off stage and you're helping people.
I be hustling, I stay hustling, I be hustling, what it cost is.
More you say, the more people will judge you. The less you say, the less people will judge you. We living in a time where speakers think, I gotta have a bunch of content. We think, I gotta say the right thing. I gotta have all of this information together. Before I do a podcast, I need to know everything I'm gonna talk about. Before I give a speech, I need to know all 3, 5, 8, 10 of my points. I gotta wow these people with information. You're wrong. Let me tell you, you're so wrong, because most people, the average brain is only gonna retain maybe 10% of what you said 24 hours after you said it. That means once you give a speech or you're talking to somebody, you can tell them the cure for cancer. You can tell them the cure to be happy and fulfill the rest of their life. The average person, their brain is not designed to remember all of those details. So the more information you squeeze in, the more you're squeezing your audience out. I want you to understand, good game is given in doses. All right, think about this. If you were in a desert and you have to travel for 100 miles and you only got one bottle of water, only for 100 miles, what happens is, if you want to survive and have enough water, the key is you get this water and you pour a little bit in the cap and you drink that, or you just take one sip maybe every 100 miles. What happens is, most people, they want to just start guzzling the whole bottle of water because they're so thirsty, they're drinking all of it. But what happens is, now the water is dripping down your mouth because you're so thirsty, you're dripping all of the water out. You can't even hold it all. Why? Because you don't have the capacity to handle so much at one time, right? Information is the same. If you give people too much information, all of it's going to be dripping out of their mouth. I mean, dripping out of their brains. It's no different. Here's another example. When you go out and go to eat, if you eat a lot of food and now you eat so much where your belt is like on your stomach and now you can't even move, guess what? You're not going to want dessert because you don't have enough room. No matter how good that dessert is, you're like, no, I'm okay. And the same thing applies in this day and age. People get so much information. If you give them too much, no matter how good it is, people won't be able to retain it all. It's too much. They got too much food. They drunk too much water. Good game is given in doses, meaning drink a little bit of water at a time, get a little bit of information at a time, and lead them along where they need to go. If you want to teach somebody how to write a book, it's about being accountable. Meet with them 1 hour per week and then they'll get that book done. If you just try to give them everything in one day, guess what? A week from now, they're going to get stuck because they don't have accountability. They don't have that motivation that pick me up. So the key is just giving them a little bit of information. Give them enough so that they can act. Now, what do you want people to do? Here's the question you got to ask yourself. What, as a speaker, when you're talking to people, do you want the person you're talking to? What do you want them to do? What do you want them to think? What do you want them to feel after you're talking to them? Just one. You just need one. Do I want them to do something? I want them to go to my website. I want them to get my number. I want them to go out to lunch with me. What do you want them to do? Second, what do you want them to think? I want them to have a good impression, to think that anything's possible. I want them to be motivated. I want them to think about taking this next step. What do you want them to feel? I want them to feel excited. I want them to feel that they can overcome depression. Have one main thing you want them to do, and you focus on that one main thing, because the average person, you can give them one main point every 10 minutes and you have to keep drilling that main point over and over and over. And then once it's drilled in, they make progress. Inch by inch, anything's a cinch. But by the yard, anything's hard. So give them a little bit, just enough, so that way they can have the emotion. Because remember, mindset is about what you focus on, but mind state is the emotion. You got to have the gas. You got to have the motivation, the inspiration to push you to keep going. So this is why dosage, giving them information, then give them a little bit of gas. Information and a little bit of gas. Now, if you're recording video, same thing applies. Even though a person could rewatch your video 100 times and you gave them all the information, most people still won't do it. They're going to have questions and they're not making progress. So that's just the nature of most human beings, right? So give them just enough and then you keep it moving. So this is why you only want to give people just enough and don't over talk. Don't verbally vomit. Don't data dump and give them too much information. Give them just enough so they can get to the next level and apply that. All right. Remember, people don't always need new information. Sometimes they just need the inspiration to be able to use the information that they currently have and they're not using. Untapped potential. With that being said, this video is sponsored by Shut Up and Hustle, which is the book series, my book series. All right, we got the 2 books. This book here is already available. Plus, we got the second book, Shut Up and Rebuild Yourself. These are pretty much emotional guides to help you build yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, and develop yourself to grow yourself, your business, and overall your community. So these are must-haves for anybody that wants to pursue their purpose. With that being said, I want you to watch the other videos I have in this series. This is a series of videos where we helping people develop those communication skills as well as that emotional development to put themselves in a state to do what they need to do. I am your platform partner, your hustling homie, all about making things happen, addicted to action. Subscribe to the page, watch at least 3 of my videos back to back to back to back, and act on that in that order. Flip it!